Welcome back. In this session, I will share with you what's new in Solid Edge 2022, specifically some of the highlights and overviews of the key features. I will leave the details and more in-depth explanations to our partners, who will later take you on a journey into more industry-relevant solutions. Now it is time to share with you some of the great new functionality that's in Solid Edge 2022, engineered to grow your business. This slide shows you some of the standout features in Solid Edge 2022, with capabilities ranging from streamlining design, improving collaboration, analyzing your products, as well as providing more value than ever. We continue to leverage our digital twin to help you push the boundaries of product development. This is why we believe that Solid Edge 2022 is our best release yet. Let's jump straight in. First up is mechanical design enhancements. We'll be showcasing a new capability called CAD Direct, where you can seamlessly integrate CAD geometry from other CAD systems directly into Solid Edge. Next, we'll take a look at Convergent hybrid modeling, leveraging the ability to work with BREP and mesh geometries in the same model, and also without conversions. Let's take a look. CAD Direct is a new built-in 3D design capability where you can work with geometry from other CAD software directly without translation. CAD Direct. This improves productivity and provides seamless integration between Solid Edge and other systems. Again, you just insert files directly into a Solid Edge assembly. Importantly, as there is no translation required, all files maintain associativity, meaning that when the files are updated, they will update in Solid Edge, maintaining your single source of truth. Data is stored in the 3D design assembly file, preventing data duplication and allowing the inserted geometry to be used for downstream design work. Next, improved convergent modeling. Traditionally, it has been impossible to get mesh geometry, say from a 3D scanner, to work in a CAD system which uses BREP data. However, thanks to Siemens' unique synchronous technology, our new hybrid model capabilities allow you to leverage both kinds of data in the same model without the need for conversion. Nobody else can do this. Removing the need to convert mesh into BREP geometry or vice versa in order for them to work together drastically reduces model development time. All this allows you to reuse data a lot more efficiently. Now, more design enhancements. First up is Point Cloud, where you can visualize designs in the context of the real-world environment. Then we'll look at complex assembly modeling, which I know has been long an issue of those of you who deal with large assemblies. We have good news for you. What are point clouds? Well, basically point clouds are some of the simplest forms of 3D models. Basically, collections of individual points in a 3D space making up shapes that you can see. They are created by scanning an object or structure like a building or plant, typically using a laser scanner. And just like mesh models, they have not traditionally worked well in CAD systems. But our new point cloud solution not only allows you to visualize these structures in full color, they also give you the confidence you need to position new equipment in the point cloud setting. This is especially useful when retrofitting plants or factories. Extremely large clouds of various file formats are supported. For some time now, we have recognized large assembly performance as being very important to our customers, and we invested quite a bit of resources in finding ways to help you work more efficiently with large assemblies. For the third straight year, we've achieved orders of magnitude performance improvements, and it was pretty fast before. But our new capabilities make it even faster. For example, the new assembly preview allows you to enter a preview mode in order to reduce the amount of data that is loaded. You can view, rotate, pan, and even change configurations even before the full assembly is loaded. It switches on based on the size of the assembly and opens in seconds. We also have a new multi-body assembly modeling mode that creates and edits components within a single assembly file. What this means is that internal components live within the assembly file, so no part is created on disk. Multiple internal components can be edited together, and this works with synchronous or audit mode for part or sheet metal. Lastly, there is a new and very intuitive component finder which auto-completes your searches as you type looking for components. Now here is a new enhancement which I'm really excited about. It's the new Solid Edge Design Configurator. This is a rule-based engineering configurator completely embedded within Solid Edge. What it does is that it enables the quick customization of products based on design parameters and rules, such as the weight or size of a package down a conveyor. And these rules can then be linked to multiple variables, directly or through equations. It's a very simple tool that takes the complexity out of creating multiple versions of a design, automating the design process in a format that even non-technical personnel can use with confidence. Now, the use of the design configurator is really quite simple. Using a systematic wizard in 5 steps, which takes into account your inputs, variables, and rules, you ultimately create a form that anyone can use. So say in this case, we may want to create different versions of a conveyor, which are driven by the size, weight, and speed of the package rolling on it. This will influence the width of the frame, diameter and spacing of the rollers, and even the shape and material of the frame members. In the final form, one may also specify a desired color of the conveyor. And with a click of a button, your customer's exact configuration is built. This is how rule-based automation can boost your productivity and design speed. Can you imagine what this means for accelerating configure-to-order and engineering-to-order processes? By automating key components of the sales engineering process, you can easily provide output such as costed bill of materials, compelling 3D visualizations, and sales drawings. You will be able to rapidly design products to specific customer specifications while eliminating expensive errors inherent in manual design customization. And remember, none of this is third party. It is all part of the familiar Solid Edge environment. Next up is something I'm sure is of real value to you, our customers. We are now including fully functional 2.5-axis Solid Edge CAM Pro milling capability in our Solid Edge Classic, Foundation, and Premium products for all our customers who are on active maintenance. Now, what do I mean by fully functional? Well, for a start, it allows you to manage not just single parts in this free version, but assemblies as well. Because as we know, even just machining one component means that the tool paths have to take into account fixtures, such as in the picture above. As you may already know, being fully integrated with Solid Edge CAMPRO 2.5 axis milling allows users to maintain full associativity with design data, meaning that when a part is updated, so too will the CAM processes. In addition, CAMPRO continues to provide production-proven capability, such as automated toolpath creation and visualizations for optimized machining processes, all of which should instill confidence that you can go from design to manufacturing seamlessly. Once again, if you are on active maintenance, you will receive Solid Edge CAM Pro 2.5 axis milling free. Next up is Accelerator Share, which Setiam has already talked about, but which bears repeating. It's a collaboration tool for you to interact with your colleagues, partners, and customers. In fact, I like to think of Accelerator Share as Dropbox or OneDrive for CAD, where you can share your designs with anyone, anywhere, on any device. They don't need your CAD system or even a viewer. Everything is browser-based and secure. So what can you do with Accelerator Share? Well, 2D and 3D viewing is just the beginning. You also have sectioning, explode, measure, and markup tools in a secure, project-based sharing environment. And best of all, they integrate directly back into the Solid Edge environment so that you can synchronize the online data with local. And when you make any changes based on comments from customers, say, these automatically go back into the cloud where they can see your dates immediately, all without requiring any additional IT infrastructure. And combine this with a really cool augmented reality capability, which allows customers on the other side of the world to place your designs in their environment before a single part is manufactured. And you can imagine why we are so excited by Accelerator Share. Now moving on to a different category. Our next enhancement is dynamic visualization, a new built-in functionality for Solid Edge data management. What dynamic visualization does is that it provides an interactive access to sort and filter your components in your assemblies as customized reports. For example, you may want to isolate your components by manufacturing type, machined, purchased, or hardware. Then color code each of these groups of your assemblies. Or, in the example above, group the components according to the designer. All this and more can be done based on rules within interactive tables. These rules then search the component properties, and the resultant reports can then be shared with other users and other assemblies. So take control of your design data using dynamic viewing and sorting capabilities with dynamic visualization. And now let's see what new capabilities we have for simulation. Meshing is always an important part of the simulation process. For that, we have a new body mesh capability to improve the robustness of a 3D mesh, allowing you to create good quality meshes for complex and intricate bodies, which might have failed previously. It also does automatic geometry cleanup for small edges and faces. All this with just a check of the new body mesh option. Body mesh also allows for a cool new feature called mesh on mesh. Basically, you are able to mesh a mesh body, such as 3D scanned parts or generatively designed parts. This is unique in the industry and is based off Siemens technology, further enhancing our hybrid modeling capabilities. Simulation display performance has also been increased, providing results up to 10 times faster than before by optimizing load times for results display and mesh display. And finally, we have a new hydrostatic pressure load tool. As you know, hydrostatic pressure is exerted by a fluid in a tank, for example, at equilibrium due to gravity. So unlike some other kinds of pressure, it does not have a uniform distribution. So this is now supported in linear static studies, which is great news for companies dealing in fluid containers. And here's another great simulation announcement. This year for Solid Edge 2022, we are introducing Syncenter Flowmaster for Solid Edge, which brings best-in-class thermal fluid simulation capability to the mainstream market. Flowmaster allows you to verify the flow of piping systems in your designs, be they for cooling systems or chemical plants. Because understanding fluids and heat flow inside the system and the behavior of the system in different operating conditions is key to ensuring the safety of the system itself and to maximize its efficiency. Now you might think that this is highly complex, but Flowmaster does not require simulation expertise. It provides a streamlined workflow to quickly compute and visualize flow velocity, temperature, and pressure drop in piping systems starting from the 3D CAD geometry directly in Solid Edge. From your 3D model, the workflow automatically generates a 1D fluid simulation model, like the line diagram you see here. This alone can save up to 90% of the time typically needed to manually build the simulation model, and is where the biggest value lies. Then once the simulation model is built, design engineers can then start the simulation to check that the design piping system meets the specific requirements. Users will be able to immediately visualize results like pressure drop, velocity, and temperature directly on the schematic and understand the system behavior at a glance. And thanks to built-in wizards, it is easy enough for novice users and yet provides advanced capabilities for expert users. Now this was just a drop in the ocean of all the enhancements we had in Solid Edge 2022. In fact, we have incorporated over 500 customer requested enhancements in this new release. This is why we are confident that Solid Edge just keeps getting better and better, with the ultimate benefit going back to you, our customers. But apart from the software itself, here is how else you can game. If you're not already a member of the Solid Edge community forum, I highly encourage you to join. As a member, you will have access to a wealth of knowledge, be able to browse blog postings, read articles, and hear about the latest news from Solid Edge. You can also ask questions, exchange ideas, and benefit from our other user experiences on our forums. And finally, you'll have access to our extensive knowledge base from which you'll be able to improve your skills. So once again, I encourage you to join now. So today I have shown you some of the great new capabilities within Solid Edge 2022. The companies you see over here trust Solid Edge to help grow their businesses. Later, after the break, we will dive more deeply into how Solid Edge can help your businesses in your industry work better than ever. Thank you for your time, and I will see you later.